Om Shanti and a very good evening. 18th January is marked as the most important day for students of the Brahma Kumaris all over the world. In fact, every year, the whole month is dedicated towards celebrating and commemorating a very historical event, an event that occurred to a very ordinary and yet extraordinary human being that remains still today the greatest wonder of all time. Soon we will listen to a unique experience of a successful businessman who went through a sudden twist in his life, much to his own surprise. Today, after half a century, this experience continues to inspire so many of us, and we are indeed honored to be able to share with all of you this amazing story. Before that, please allow me to invite Dato Lakshmanan, the President cum National Coordinator of the Brahma Kumaris Malaysia, to deliver his welcome address. Brother, please.
Om Shanti, respected guest speaker, Rajayogini B.K. Asha, Director of the Om Shanti Retreat Center, Delhi. Respected Rajayogini B.K. Mira, Director of Brahma Kumaris Malaysia. Brothers and sisters, welcome to this public program on the topic that the man who saw the bright future. From that time, I have learned taken classes with the Brahma Kumaris. I have been observing that every year, January, without a miss, we will be organizing a public program. Now, why do we do this? Because we find that he has set a lifestyle where personally for me, he is a shining example how to live a spiritual life. And so in my case, it has really created such a deep impact that I'm so grateful to him. Without having such teachings of his, I think I will be lost in this world. As you all know, there is so much of uncertainty happening in this world. You know, people have lost their ability to be peaceful and happy and joyful with their family. Many things have happened in recent times. Really, people have become so fearful. What more is going to happen? Because in recent times, they went through such a tough time that their life has become upside down. They lost their happiness, they lost their confidence, and they lost the love of the near and dear ones. People have been separated, they lost their wealth. Sometimes there were nobody to come and help them. What's all this about? They are now beginning to realize that things in the world, they can really see through their own eyes that many things are becoming worse towards the worst thing. So there is doubt. How long can I really withstand such a situation? So in this context, I remember on my personal life, the teachings of Brahma Baba, that we have to really develop ourselves to such an extent that whatever situation may happen in our life, whatever situation may happen in this world, we must not be disturbed by that. And we should be able to remain calm, happy, and have that clear mind. Because in extreme situation, if I don't have a clear mind, then I will not know what is the next step I should take. And so the teachings really have become very useful at these times. For some, they will say, oh, it's easy to say. It is easy to say that we must remain calm at tough times. But when the reality comes, then people are not able to be stable. So here I know that Brahma Baba's teaching, the teachings that we really keep to our heart, that we are a family. The whole world is a family. But it is not a family of bodies, not a family of human beings. It's a family of souls. And it is this point when we begin to practice that it is a family of souls, then obviously there must be the Father of souls, that one, God, who is the Father of the souls. Surely as a father, he has the total responsibility to take care of his children at times of need. So, and not only that, that teaching that we all are souls has enabled many of us to tap that natural energy available in the soul, that peace, that silence, that power, and that confidence. All these qualities are in the soul. And if I believe that I am a soul, and if I learn the art of taking it out from inside, then I'm very sure many of us, whatever problem we may face, we will face the problem in a stable way and be able to help others also. Not only at the times of crisis, there are lots of damages. Lots of damages have taken place in the world. So at any time also, we must be able to maintain our stability and really help people around us. Naturally, not everybody has got lots of money to go and help, but if we develop the ability to remain cool and calm in such a situation, that is the greatest help people want today. So such an help can come from a person who is spiritual, who realizes that we all are spiritual, and he can easily link with God, and with that power, he can help everyone to be stable and happy and move forward in their lives. So on this note, I'm very sure all of you will learn lots of new aspects from this public program, which will help you to help yourself and also others and move forward in life and lead a happy life. Om Shanti, and thanks for joining us for this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Lechu. Brothers and sisters, we will now spend a few minutes to watch a video and know more about the establishment and contributions of the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University.
Living values produces greatness and gives significance to human life. Today, to some degree, human life drifts without direction and meaning. Over the last 8 decades, the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University has been working to uplift society with living values. The inspiration behind this was the love and benevolence of the Supreme Being. In 1936, in Sindh, Pakistan, the Supreme Power gave divine inspirations to Dada Lekhraj, and the seed of the Om Mandali group was planted. Dada always had deep faith in the One, and due to his intense desire to experience the One, the Supreme Himself granted divine visions to Dada. He was given the name Prajapita Brahma and was made responsible for the establishment of the new era. And people started joining the Om Mandali. Recognizing the true potential of women, Brahma Baba entrusted the leadership of the organization to them. Following the India and Pakistan partition in 1950, Om Mandali relocated to Mount Abu, Rajasthan, and thereafter members stepped forward to serve society both within India and overseas. This organization became known as the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University. On January the 18th, 1969, the organization's founding father, Brahma Baba, passed away. The running of the organization was handed to Dadi Prakashmani, and due to her proficient leadership, the university has spread across the world, and its 9,000 branches in 133 countries have taken the form of a vast tree. Pandav Bhavan at Mount Abu, India, is the international headquarters of the organization. To build a values based society, conferences and seminars at national and international levels are organized with a lasting impact. In the year 1981, the university received recognition as a non-governmental organization at the United Nations. In 1986, the UN honored the Brahma Kumaris with 7 Peace Messenger Awards. The year 1981 was also a landmark year for Brahma Kumaris. Malaysia was established at Bangsa, Kuala Lumpur to serve the various sectors of society. Brahma Kumaris' Malaysian headquarters was relocated at the Asia Retreat Center in Dengkel, Selangor in the year 2014. The knowledge of Raj Yoga is given without charge to everyone, and to date, millions have stepped out of their limited belief systems with the elevated feeling of one world family. Om Shanti.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to hear from our guest speaker, who is joining us all the way from New Delhi, India. Well known for her dedication, determination, humility, cheerfulness, and optimism, B.K. Asha is a senior spiritual leader serving as the director of Brahma Kumari's Om Shanti Retreat Center. A gold medalist from the Bangalore University, Didi served as a lecturer but resigned from her services to dedicate her life towards the noble cause of building a value-based society. As a spiritual mentor, she has coordinated Raj Yoga meditation courses for ministers, governors, Supreme Court judges, and ambassadors in different parts of the country. And she's also the author of many training modules such as stress management, mind management, thought leadership, and winning over ego and anger. Without much ado, let me hand over the time to Didi for her invaluable sharing on Prajapita Brahmababa.
Om Shanti. Good evening, I'm indeed very glad to be with you this afternoon and share my experiences with the man who not only knew brighter future, but who went to create it. Well, history repeats itself. Whenever there are circumstances, whenever there is such a situation, as Brother Lachu was describing, people start feeling helpless. Peace is lost. Harmony is lost. Happiness is lost. And there is ever increasing thirst to keep the self in fully contented and satisfied state. Whenever such situations are there, great men, women, they take the lead and try to give a direction to the society. History is full of such people. But today, when I am speaking to you, I'm speaking to you about not an ordinary person. He was an ordinary person, but ultimately became an instrument of God on this earth. For what? To bring in brighter future. To bring in such a world where there is total perfection, purity, peace, and plenty. While looking at the scenario today, we find today human beings, let us come closer to ourselves. We have lost touch with the self. And when I say so, I mean basic question. Who am I? It's not known to us. Answer to this is not known to us. While introducing ourselves, we make use of the different degrees that we have obtained. Status, position, business, occupation. Knowing pretty well, we are none of these. When we were born, we were not holding these degrees. And when we leave the world, we'll not be carrying those degrees left behind. Who am I? Who am I? Touch with the self is lost. And this is why pity is we identify ourselves with what we see externally. Status, religion, caste, position, and so on. Dear brothers and sisters, not only this, we have lost connection with our Father. Brother Lakshu was mentioning about the soul's family. We call ourselves brother souls, but who is the Father? We have lost that touch too. Coming to relationships, interpersonal relationships, here also, relationship in the true sense of the word is lost. We live superficially, interact superficially. It does not come from the heart. And we relate ourselves. What someone once said, human, not as human beings, but as human doings. The true love, faith, trust in the relationship is also lost. When the condition of the world is such, it is then the time for the Creator to interfere, to set the things right. And He does so by Himself. Since He is incorporeal, incorporeal meaning it's just point of light. We human beings have our bodies, the senses, this chariot through which the soul is speaking, interacting. Whereas we believe God is beyond this. He being the creator, the master of the world, almighty authority. He finds his world reaching such a grave, dismal situation when he needs to interfere. And because he is point of light without body, he takes the body of Prajapita Brahma, a human being, ordinary person. When his body is adopted by Almighty, then he comes to be known as Adam, Brahma, meaning the creator. And it is said in Indian mythology that God created the world through Brahma. And it is also said in other mythologies, God created man in his own image. Meaning what? Meaning that God comes and makes us like himself. How does he do that? How does he do that? There is a possibility sitting up above. God is known to be residing up above. He can do that from there also. But the question is, if he sends us inspirations from there, are we powerful enough to catch those vibrations and inspirations? Dear brothers and sisters, we do not heed for the nice inspiration that appear in our minds. We set them aside. Is our receiving set so powerful, so clear that we are able to catch his inspirations? It's a question I leave to you to think about. My experience is our receiving set is weak because there are many interruptions which do not allow the receiving set to receive the inspiration accurately. What those interruptions are, I'll talk to you about them later. But in brief, God descends. And when he descends, he does not show us miracles. Please remember, we do not recognize God through miracles. Miracles are performed by many. But the distinguishing factor about God is he does his actions, his acts are supreme. No one else can perform those actions. No human being, no saint, no recluse, no sannyasi, no one. But his acts are the supreme ones, in which we talk about three. God creates the new heavenly perfect world and destroys the old unaided vicious world. Heavenly world is pure and viceless. Kali world is vicious and he sustains the new deity world. Through the mouthpiece of Prajapita Brahma, he gives us knowledge. When he creates a new world, it does not mean that he creates world physically. No. He creates the world spiritually. And the basic thing that we have forgotten, connection with the self is lost. So God, number one, He reinstates that connection, gives us the realization that you are souls, not these bodies. Bodies carnal. You are an eternal and immortal soul. You are pure, peaceful, happy. Basically, you are a peaceful soul. When this realization is there, and I saw Brahma Baba, he practiced a lot because he was also one of the many, one of us. Baba gave himself a lot of practice because to create brighter future, the domain that you have to choose has to be unlimited one, not limited. Body gives limits to the soul. When you rise above this, the limitless, unlimited, I'm a soul. The person I interact with is also a soul. We are souls, children of the Supreme Soul. This connection and relationship is lost. And Baba, at the foundation of brighter future, he laid this principle. I'm a soul, you are a soul, everyone else is a soul, and thus it is a family of souls. Family of souls has the Father who is the Supreme Soul. And second thing, when we are in the bodies, consider ourselves to be bodies, our relationships, our interactions are so much different. They give rise to what we call vices, negativities, lust, anger, greed, attachment, ego, hatred, jealousy, competitions, comparisons, and so on. But when we rise beyond this, we are souls, and there we do not have any such competition. As souls, we interact spiritually. And when we interact spiritually, there is happiness, there is love, there is peace, there is purity, there is perfection, there is harmony, there is happiness. Spirituality alone and alone can make the future brighter. Baba understood it. And he not only started working on the self, but he started with his family. And he said, we are not to run away from the world. No. We are to make the same world brighter one, better one. So children, charity begins at home. You have to be living in your home, living in your families, and make your families nice, beautiful, peaceful ones, where there'll be no separations, no divorces, nothing. Everyone will live in harmony and enjoy. Only thing that you have to give up is viciousness, which I mentioned just now. And then, number 4, the principle that he laid for brighter future is the change begins with me. When I change, the world will change. What happens is, generally, we jump to the world and we want to change the world. That's not possible. You have to start with the self. When I transform, then I have the power to say to others also to give up negativities or transform. Otherwise, it becomes simply a preaching, which we have been doing all these years. We want everyone else to change except ourselves. That cannot happen. So, it begins with me. And then, dear brothers and sisters, it is not simply the work of one person. Brahma Baba's quality, which I found, he was very active, alert, accurate. And it is not simply just in 7 days you listen to nice things and you will transform. No. He gave us very deep, deep knowledge. He said, your personality traits become visible when you repeat any action again and again and again. They become your sanskars. They become your habits because you are doing it again and again and again. Now, if I have to reverse the process, to give a small little example, in this fast changing world, challenging world, if I get angry, irritated for every small little thing, it becomes my nature to get irritated at small little provocation. If I have to get rid of it, do you think once, if I'm told once in a week not to do that, will be sufficient enough? No. Brahma Baba said, this has to be on a regular, constant basis. I'm not to get angry. Anger is not good for me. It's not something which you just listen once and that's it. No. You have to work on it. Anger has taken a good seat in your soul. And if you want anger to get away, you have to be constantly striking it, constantly striking. That happens when we give ourselves regular, continuous exposure to spiritual thinking. Spiritual thinking. For 20 hours, I remain in body conscious, an extrovert state. And for 4 hours, I'm an introvert state. Balance is not there. There has to be balance. So Brahma Baba, he made it mandatory, and this is one of the reasons why all over the world, wherever we have Brahma Kumari centers, in the morning, brothers and sisters regularly go to the centers like they go to school and receive their spiritual lessons and come back and apply them in their daily life. Because what you learn in the morning has to be practiced, and the whole day is like my examination hall, testing ground, where what I have learned, how much I have learned, I come to know. And then Brahma Baba's thing was, it is with the cooperation of everyone. Every small little person, small little cooperation is valuable. And he did not say that it is the work of only chosen few who will create the new world. No, it has to be done together. Together. His leadership, I would say, was marvelous. He never created any followers. No followers at all. The children of him. He created leaders. Leaders create leaders. Brahma Baba created leaders. Children become responsible for leading. So he said, children, it is your small little cooperation. What is that? Just keeping purity of thought, speech, and action in your life, this much. And free of negativity, free of viciousness. If this is there, you are creating, cooperating in creating brighter future. If we want our future to be bright, who will do it? Is anyone going to create my future? Is anyone can create my future? No. I am the creator of my own destiny. This responsibility has to be taken on our shoulders. I am the creator of my own destiny. I am the creator of my future, which depends on my actions, depends on my interactions, my behavior, my lifestyle. Now, the transformation that takes place from body conscious to soul conscious, this requires a lot of strength. We are living in a world where everything is topsy-turvy, and I want to be stable. I want to be doing something for my better future. I have to be strong inside. What is the source? This is again something which is an eye-opener. Just as I cannot charge my mobile by connecting it with your mobile, I have to connect it with the charger. Similarly, I cannot charge my battery, soul, by connecting with any human being. Please remember, this is again very, very basic thing which Brahma Baba taught us. You cannot do that. It has to be done by being in connection with the Almighty, who is the source of strength, who is powerful, almighty authority, and most important thing, who is the Father of my soul. By remembering the Father, it's called meditation, that's a separate topic. By linking myself mentally with Him through my thoughts, remembering Him, I generate energy, power in the self. And this power allows me to face any challenge that I face throughout the day. So, Brahma Baba, who started, was simple diamond merchant, but he got the vision that this old world is going to be destroyed very soon, and the new one will come into existence. And you are responsible for creating the new world. He was baffled. How I, simple person living in a family, how can I do? But we know it was not his job. It was God the Almighty who, through him, started working. And today we find throughout the world, there are people who have brought change in themselves, who mean change, and who are bringing a change. Remember, there are three kinds of people in the world. One, who initiate change. Second ones, those who just watch things changing. And third ones, ultimately, finally get up, open their eyes and say, oh, everything has changed. Everything has changed. So who do you want to be? The initiator or simply an observer? I'm sure not the third one. Not the third one. Okay, so Brahma Baba, who was the father of humanity, new world, new creation. And when we remember him on this day, 18th of January, I have seen him right from my childhood, how he appreciated everything, appreciated everyone's good qualities. Baba never used to reject anyone, never rejected anyone. Baba always encouraged everyone. Baba always was total positive towards everyone. And because his thinking was so clear that he took no time in taking decisions also. And more so, Baba was an ardent practitioner of remembrance, Raj Yoga. Early in the morning, 2 o'clock, he would get up. He totally transformed his Lokic life into a Lokic one. So he became an angel from a human being, an angel. What I saw with my own eyes. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity to be with you and share a few things about Brahma Baba and how he laid the foundation for a brighter future. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.
When we change, the world changes, which means charity begins at home. And we have to practice this constantly through spiritual thinking and being free from vices. We are the creators of our destiny. We thank you, Didi, for sharing with us a remarkable and unforgettable experience and for sharing with us the timely reminders. We will definitely keep this in mind. Brothers and sisters, to enhance and complement that Didi's sharing, let us watch a video on Brahma Baba's spiritual journey. As we just heard, meditation at present is regarded as one of the most vital tools for us to continue living in such an unprecedented and unpredictable world, as just shared by Didi and Brother Lechu. We will now dedicate a few minutes to have some meditation experience, and our experience this time will be exclusively guided by Didi Mira herself, who is our Director of Centers of Brahma Kumaris, Malaysia. Didi Mira, please.
Shanti, very good evening and greetings of peace to everyone. We all love our world and we all love the people who live on this planet Earth. But when we look at the present situation, so much of tension, sorrow, unhappiness, there is a feeling within, I want to do something to help my brothers and sisters who live on this planet Earth. What can I do? I don't have that money. I don't have the energy to physically help people. So as you think over this aspect, you will discover we all have a very powerful treasure lying deep within each one of us. Power of thoughts. We can use our power of thoughts to send good wishes and pure feelings to our brothers and sisters around the world to heal and to bring happiness. So let us spend next few minutes using the power of thoughts, creating an atmosphere of good wishes and pure feelings so that our world is healed. Let me sit relaxed. Let me turn my mind within. Just become aware of yourself as a living energy, immortal, imperishable, eternal energy within this body. I, the being of light, I can come into the body when I want. I can detach myself from the body whenever I want. So now let me detach myself from this body and see myself as a being of light floating beyond gravity, beyond the clouds, into the dimension of golden red light. In this region of golden red light, experience yourself in the presence of supreme light. I, the being of light, I am sitting face to face with the supreme light, the supreme soul. The supreme light is radiating so much of light filled with love, peace, and power. I absorb these qualities into myself and I begin to radiate these qualities of peace, love, and power to all my brothers and sisters around the world. My good wishes, and pure feelings that is emerging with my connection with the Supreme Light. This pure energy is touching each and every corner, each and every soul on this planet Earth. Together with God, I make this pure wish. Let all my brothers and sisters on this earth remain happy. Let all my family remain peaceful. Let them receive power from God and let them lead a happy life. As these vibrations reaches to the souls, including the 5 elements of matter, I begin to see the transformation. Souls on this earth begin to feel peace, begin to smile, begin to feel the strength. Even the elements of matter receiving these good wishes return to their original nature of harmony. Soon I see my world changing into a world of love, peace, and harmony. So let us keep in our minds, if we love this world, let me spend some time during the day connecting myself with God in soul consciousness, receive the strength from God, and spread those positive vibrations, pure vibrations out into the world. So my genuine wish to make this world a better place, to bring hope into the hearts of people, will become reality. Yes, we must take back this slogan today with us. When I change, the world changes. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Didi. We will now invite one of our most senior brothers, Brother Jodi, to say a few words. Brother, please turn on the mic, brother.
Good evening and Om Shanti. Greetings of peace to everyone. It has been such an honor to be part of the wonderful event of celebrating the 53rd anniversary of Prajapita Brahma, the great personality and the man who saw the bright future. On behalf of Brahma Kumaris, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our speakers, Director of Brahma Kumaris, ORC, Delhi, Rajyogini Asha Didi, Director of Brahma Kumaris, Malaysia, Didi Mira, and the President of Brahma Kumaris, Malaysia, Dato Lakshmanan. Thank you. My sincere thanks to the head of the various departments who handled the event throughout. A wide round of applause, and thanks to all the participants who made the event a memorable one. Once again, thank you to all of you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, all our programs always end on a very significant note. It is something that many of us look forward to. It is a blessing ceremony. And you'll be amazed by how accurate the words of the blessings are because they are meant especially for you from God Himself. So, this is how it's going to work. You will see on the screen a list of virtues. Pick one that is the most meaningful to you. Then watch as the slides change from one virtue to another. Look out for the one that you picked earlier. So your special blessing will be shown below that virtue. So while waiting, keep your mind and heart silently focused on the magical words that God has to say to you personally. Om Shanti.
Where do I go with all these feelings and all these faces and open doors when everyone else seems so serene and I just feel so insecure? And where do I go when all the pieces of my heart lay on the floor? You say into the light.